Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. On this chapter, we're going to take on Mount Kilanda. A lot of you guys may remember the area, because the method of travel, you have to reach it. And let's just travel out. And what do I mean by method of travel? I mean by the only way you can reach the area is by boat. Mount Kilanda is of course an island, but let's check out this cutscene. Alright, apparently we got some nice backstory on Hurdy and the Black Knight. This is also an event that you'd have to remember, as you're going to be quizzed on it. I am serious, you will be quizzed on it, and there really is no good reason why they have that quiz there in the first place. But let's just set out and see if we can find another event. Which of course I have. These events will become pretty common toward the beginning of the game, as they will try to brief you on what's going on here. Here is a small event with Hurdy, who actually swindled a couple of clay rats. Let's watch. Okay, now we are given the option to pay Gertie the $1,000 gil to actually get him out of this problem, or we don't have to. I've actually all the time have answered, of course I do, but this time I'll say sorry, no. By the way, I've never seen the part where you say no, so this is actually kind of like a small learning experience for me. And here we have Gertie telling us another piece of the poem. One thing is, I think I've been saying his name, I think I've been calling him Hurdy. I always tend to get their names mixed up, so please mind that. It's of course a habit, and I'm pretty sure other people have had the issue as well as me. But although the colors are completely different, as one is pink and the other one's white and yellow. Let's see what we can do. What I was talking about Mount Kilanda, the only way to access it is by event. Now this is just silly. Eventually, you're gonna find so many events that they're not even gonna start making any sense to you. But it's mostly of the other doings from different caravanners around the world. And apparently we just saw a monster run by and they were just chasing it because it apparently had something these guys wanted. I'm not sure, but they also give you tips on how to fight enemies as well, which is a nice touch. I truly appreciate it, but you can always look at a player's guide for that, or you can figure it out on your own. And they also give you strategy against basic monsters. And I believe this should be Earth. So let me just do some editing here. Now you can get the Earth element over at Goblin Wall. And we're going to enter here. We haven't seen one of these miasma streams in quite some time. So bear with me as I actually wanted to show more of these in the later videos of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. But I wasn't able to just because of time restraints and such. No, I just love this animation of it. Just like I said again, if you do walk out of this sphere, while you have the chalice right there in the middle of the miasma stream, you can pretty much just screw yourself and kill yourself. It's really funny. I find that hilarious that I've done it to a couple of my friends, and they weren't really exactly happy with me. And whenever I actually played with them, they would say, "Just don't go through the miasma stream, and just don't let him hold the chalice." Which I always said, "Hey, I have to be first player." But okay, now we're here in the Iron Mine Down. This is where we're supposed to get our new area. Let me do some shopping here. I'm pretty sure you guys remember the area of Mars Pass. Why am I going to do some shopping here? There's a couple of reasons. Our next area, Kilanda Mountain, is around the corner. Oh, it's right here. And what I mean around the corner is halfway around the whole world. So I forgot this guy who's hanging around here doesn't appear in even years here. He actually appears here at every odd year, and I forgot about that. That is a huge mistake on my part. But I just want to check that I don't have any extra luggage on me, so I can. Okay, I think I have enough space to do this because I don't want to do some micromanaging while I'm actually fighting some monsters, and we all know how well that goes. Let's head down to Jagon River. Now, we have an old friend here, an old lilty friend called Tristan. He is a ferryman. He has the only ship to take us to Kilanda Mountain. And apparently he's actually upgraded it. So he's actually able to sail out to the sea. And we have another option here, Mount Kilanda. Apparently, if you talk to him while he's over at Port Tipa, because he sometimes appears there, he will charge you less. That is something I found really funny. But although considering distance, it makes sense. And he also is asking you for some Kilanda sulfur, which can be found on Mount Kilanda. And by the way, that's actually the new level we're going to is not actually called Mount Kilanda. For some reason, they get rid of the mount. So that's just something I want to note. And if we can find some Kilanda sulfur, he will give us a 20% discount on all of our travels. There's also another rare item relating with a Kilanda sulfur that we can find, but it's also on a different island. How many islands can we explore in this game? There's only a maximum of 2, sadly. I would have liked to actually explore more islands, but this game decided to actually cut up on its limits, and maybe the post-production, maybe the production of this game was actually kind of got lazy. I'm not sure. And you see right there the gigantic crystal, which I've never actually shown off. But now we're gonna head out to Kilanda, as the level's called. Now how about that? Well, anybody who's been playing the recent Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles games, namely Ring of Fates, should know that Mount Kilanda is also known as Sinner's Island. It was pretty much the Alcatraz island of its day. I've actually been there, you know, with Birdman Estrada and Al Capone's, you know, watching their actual cells. And this is an active island, unlike Alcatraz.